DD Kisan, the pride of a changing India. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Suryakoti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Madeva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. With this very desire and wish, the Ministry of Agriculture and DD Kisan's presentation, Krishi Chaupal, from science to the farmer. Yes, a picture such as this, today you and I together will try to sketch whose horizon is very far-reaching. That horizon is, yes, from the banks of Brahmaputra to the expansion of the Himalayas, from the lap of Malayanchal to the courtyard of Vindhyanchal. The talk will be somewhat of hopes, of struggles, of the story, and amidst all these things, the talk will be of science, of the farmer, of research. In a major step towards fulfilling this dream, 109 varieties of advanced seeds were released. But this story does not end here. Today, we will strive to shape, understand, evaluate and closely examine the broader dimensions that lie beyond. As you know, it is Doordarshan Kisan that stands by you and voices your concerns. Today, we have gathered at the Indian Council of Agricultural Research to set the stage for this special gathering, this unique Chaupal. Believe me, today's program is a must-watch because today, the conversation is about you. It is about us, it is about the Prime Minister, and above all, it is about the nation. So let's begin this Krishi Chaupal. When a program begins with such applause, the commencement is truly magnificent. A huge round of applause. A little more. Keep it coming. This is just the beginning. Believe me, stay with me for the next few minutes, watch this show, and you will understand the strength of our nation's Annadata is not just visible in the fields. When they take the stage, when they speak, when they roar, their echo resonates across the entire country. We are striving for the same, and I am hopeful that as always, you will stand by us. Now, it is a formal tradition of my show. It is our culture to begin the introduction of our guests. So, in this Krishi Chaupal, we will first talk about wheat and then about mustard. While I will continue to share my thoughts with you, to carry this conversation forward and add more depth to it, some very special guests will be joining. Let me introduce them to you one by one and invite them onto the stage. You will meet them, I will meet them, and all my fellow farmers will meet them too. Let's call them with a round of applause. Let's have those claps. Amidst this thunderous applause, I would like to first invite our first expert, whose name is Dr. Rajbir Yadav. Dr. Rajbir, please come up to the stage. Grace our program with your presence. Dr. Rajbir, a very warm welcome to you to our show. Please have a seat. And as I promised, we will also talk about mustard. So, to discuss mustard, we have Dr. Yashpal as an expert here today. Dr. Yashpal, please come up on the stage. We will understand mustard very closely and learn how these advanced seeds prove to be beneficial. Sir, welcome to the show. Please sit. I also have some very special farmers joining us. We will proceed with the first segment focusing on wheat. Joining me in this session are two special farmers associated with wheat cultivation. Let me introduce them to you. Joining me is Man Singh Yadav. A huge round of applause. Suman Singh Yadav ji is here. Sir, please have a seat. We look forward to understanding wheat through your perspective today. And joining us in this sequence is Pramod Tyagi ji. Please come forward. We will take your story and insights to the world. And gradually, this sequence will continue to move forward. Once again, I say to you, watch this show today. Not for me, but for the nation. And when the heart beats for the nation, incredible things happen. Let's see what unfolds today. I shall now take my seat and take this session forward. As I mentioned earlier, we will start our conversation with wheat. Dr. Rajbir is here with us. Dr. Rajbir, first of all, we will talk about Pusa, which are the new wheat varieties that have emerged, can we look at them as the once leading transformation as part of the 109 advanced seed varieties that are set to redefine the future of farming?
As far as the 109 varieties are concerned, there are two specific varieties of wheat among them. Both of these have been developed by our IARI Indore station. The first one is HI 1665, which is consumed as a chapati variety. It has been recommended for Maharashtra and Karnataka, an area we prefer to as the Peninsular zone. The second variety is HI 8840, which is a durum pasta wheat variety. This has also been recommended for the low water conditions of Maharashtra and Karnataka. Apart from this, IARI operators on a pan-India scale, we have developed several excellent varieties for the entire country. Among these, HD 3385, HD 3386, HD 3388, HD 3410 and HI 1650 are outstanding varieties that have also delivered very high yields. Among these, HD 3385, exceptionally suitable variety for Bihar and eastern Uttar Pradesh. It has the potential to replace HD 2967. We had a very popular variety called HD 2967, and this new variety out-yields it by a significant margin. Therefore, it can serve as an excellent replacement for the older one. Our third variety is HD 3388 Isan, which is highly suitable for Punjab and Haryana regions, where yields are already very high, specifically for timely sown irrigated conditions. We have developed HD 3410 for the MP and NCR zones for early sown conditions, meaning for sowing in October or the first week of November. The grain quality of this variety is also excellent. Our two varieties, particularly HD 3386, which we tested in MP last year, and HD 3410, both offer exceptional quality. I would like to highlight two more points. MP's wheat is renowned for its quality. Generally, it attracts a premium price, often 100 to 150 rupees extra. Our two varieties, particularly among these HD 3385, which we tested in MP last year, and HD 3410, to increase their income while growing the same crop.
So this is the perspective of the experts. However, it is equally important to know how much our farmers agree with these expert views, because I already said, this is Krishi Chaupal from Science to Agriculture. We have listened to the science, but to see what the farmer have to say, we have Mr. Pramod Tyagiji and Mr. Man Singh Yadav. Pramodji, I'm coming to you first. Whatever the doctor explained, did you find it easy to understand? What did you gather from this, and how much of a difference do you expect it to make? What was the situation like before these varieties existed? And now that they are available, what major improvement are you certain is bound to happen? How high are your expectations, and how much hope do you see with this, sir?
This will result in a higher yield, so the farmer will naturally earn more money. This is the benefit. Earlier, starting from the year 1960 onwards...
More money, less labor? Okay.
No, we still have to put in the same amount of hard work. In fact, we are having to work harder due to the changing weather conditions. But the thing is, now we might earn an extra 1,000 or 2,000 rupees.
So the expectations are high. All
yes,
right.
The expectations are fully set now.
But Mr. Man Singh, what are your thoughts in this?
It is true that scientists have done such commendable work. The farmers put in the hard work back then. And the government, under the leadership of Honorable Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, motivated them to work even harder. The farmers responded by filling the granaries to capacity, ultimately pulling the nation out of the crisis of starvation. And the fact that such excellent varieties have been developed is also a wonderful thing. In our region, we have A26, 1270 and 327. These varieties take anywhere from 5 months to even longer to mature. We simply couldn't move forward without the scientists. There are others they have developed like 303 and 222 among many more. They are also remarkable that they ripen in just 4 months or maybe 4 months and a week. So based on the current weather patterns, these short-term crops will prove to be more beneficial.
What specific change would you like to see in these? Please tell me in just one line first.
There is such a major difference with 1270. It offers a very high yield, as Tyagiji also mentioned. It is extremely productive. However, along with that high yield, its requirement for fertilizers, chemical plants and water is so high If we normally need to apply 50 kg of urea for 1270, we have to apply 70 to 80 kg.
Okay.
And where we usually use 1 bag of DAP for this variety, we are forced to use 1.5 to even 2 bags of DAP.
Dr. Rajbir, quick reaction from you. Yes, please, go ahead. Yes.
What he's saying is, for the most part, absolutely correct. To address the very problem they are facing, we suggest a solution in the region they come from. Pearl millet, bajra, is generally the main crop, and as far as I know, that region, the bajra crop is usually harvested by the end of September. At the latest, it is cleared by the first or second week of October. This means they have sufficient time if they start sowing by the end of October. The reason we emphasize the end of October is specifically to address their concern. When the temperature rises in late March or early April, it adversely affects those varieties. By sowing early, the crop will complete its 145 to 150 day cycle before that heat sets in. In that case, under any circumstances, based on my own experience, you will reap significant benefits 8 out of 10 years. As far as short duration varieties are concerned, I would like to point out that in a changing climate, my experience suggests that short duration varieties will always remain risky. While they might give a good yield in one particular season, it is very difficult to guarantee consistent performance year after year.
Alright, on that note, let's move forward and turn to the audience. Since today is all about farmers, the conversation should reach the farmers directly. You all farmers are here. Let's have a round of applause for yourselves. For yourselves, even louder. The sound should reach outside. People should know that something big is happening here today. Atar Singh ji, let's start with you, sir. Sir, these 109 advanced seed varieties, focusing particularly on wheat in this session, Dr. Rajbir also shared some very crucial insights. In your opinion, how useful will these be for the farmers?
Many varieties have been mentioned and it all sounds very promising. On paper, it looks great. However, what I really want to know from the doctor is, among all these newly developed varieties, which one is the best in terms of quality? Specifically for our region, considering Delhi as the cutoff point like the Najafgarh area, which of these varieties would offer the highest quality here? Please let us know.
Sir, looks like all questions are for you, sir.
No, look, in their Najafgarh area, the groundwater quality is significantly affected. Right, the Sahibi River used to flow there, and ever since it stopped, the water quality has been badly impacted. So I would suggest that you plant high biomass varieties instead of low biomass ones. All these new varieties are high biomass entries. So they will be beneficial. For example, plant DBW 327 or HD 3386, HD 3385 or PBW 826. If you sow them a bit early, around November 1st, I believe you will get a very good yield.
Alright, Mohit ji, would you like to ask? It's such a great opportunity today and we have the doctor himself right here with us. Please ask.
Doctor, my question is this. Previously, we used to have a variety called 226,
which we could sow quite late.
It was very beneficial for farmers who grow sugarcane or peas, as we could sow it as late as January and still get a good yield. Among these new varieties, has any such variety been developed that can provide similar benefits to the farmers?
Look, we have two varieties specifically for very late sowing. By very late, I mean around mid-January or even late January, particularly for those sowing after sugarcane. Our two varieties are HD 3298 and HD 3271. Regarding HD 3298, I have the feedback of at least 25 to 30 farmers who sowed it after sugarcane. Even with January sowing, they are easily getting a yield of 30 to 35 months, approximately 12 to 14 quintals. If you can achieve this much yield within just 80 to 90 days, it is a very good outcome. So, the varieties are HD 3298 and HD 3271.
Alright, so we are talking about wheat right now, but right after this, we will move on discussion to mustard. While I continue my conversation with Pratap ji, I would like Tirubhavan Singh and Shivnandan Sharma ji to please join us on stage. Meanwhile, I'll talk to Pratap ji. Pratap ji, this is the Krishi Chaupal and we are bringing the gap from the farmer to science. The Prime Minister wants every farmer's income to double and until that is fully achieved, it should at least show a visible increase. Given the efforts that have been made, how much of an increase of income do you see happening?
The thing is, when we sow the wheat crop, we should use a seed drill. If we sow wheat with a seed drill, the yield will certainly increase. Also, sowing that is completed between November 1st and November 15th will result in much higher harvest. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. But when the Prime Minister moves forward with this thought process, he wants your input cost to decrease and your production to increase significantly. So do we see ourselves making real progress? We are making in progress in that direction also. For instance, the Honorable Prime Minister has introduced various types of the schemes for the farmers. Whether it is for any crop, be it sugarcane, peas,
Yes.
wheat or the millets. We are moving forward in every aspect. Today, even our small-scale farmers are progressing. Although our land holdings have shrunk
Yes.
compared to the past, with some having only 10 bigas and other 15 bigas.
Okay.
Despite that, we are moving towards very good profit margins.
Okay, fine. May this profit keep growing.
Yes, keep
However,
growing.
we are a bit greedy for one thing. We need applause. Louder. I can't hear the sound from the back. So amidst this thunderous applause, let's now talk about, as I promised, mustard. It is essential to talk about mustard, so I'm taking you back to the stage. Please come with me. And now, two guests have joined me, radiating a wonderful aura. Joining me is Tirubhuvan Singh. The glow on his face clearly shows he has come fully prepared today. Alright, also joining me is Shivnandan Sharma-ji. A very warm welcome to both of you. And in the same spirit, Doctor, I welcome you once again to this segment. Sir, we were discussing about mustard. As we all know, it is a major rabi crop. However, among these 109 seed varieties, which specific mustard varieties do you think are best suited for different regions? Which ones should we adopt, integrate and understand? And most importantly, which of them will prove to be the most profitable deal?
The institute is primarily focusing on short duration mustard varieties. Under this category, varieties like Pusa mustard 25, 26, 27 and 28 are prominent as they mature in a very short span of time. When we talk about short duration, our requirements depend on two types of conditions. First, there are varieties suitable for early sowing, such as Pusa mustard 25, 27 and 28. These specific varieties are ideal for sowing in the month of September, specifically by September 15th. Similarly, for late sowing, in cases where farmers are unable to clear their yield by October for any reason, there are varieties suitable for sowing in November, such as Pusa mustard 26. Farmers can plant it between November 1st and 15th. These short duration mustard varieties complete their entire life cycle within just 105 to 110 days. Furthermore, a major focus area of our research is the varieties meant for timely sowing, which refers to sowing in October. The institute has developed several varieties suitable for October planting. Among them, a new variety has recently been developed, Pusa mustard 37. Although its seeds will not be available this year, they will be accessible to farmers starting from next year. In addition to this, a major phase of our work addresses the fact that we import a large amount of oil from abroad, specifically canola oil. Many people in the market and even our farmer brothers are keen on consuming canola oil, so its demand is quite high. Consequently, we import a massive quantity of oil, which is essentially gobi sarson. However, we aim to provide the same quality of oil within our Indian mustard, which accounts for 90% of the total mustard cultivation area in India.
Okay.
Within this Indian mustard, we have...
Sir, we will take things one step at a time. If we discuss everything at once, it will take fun out of it. We also have Shivnandan ji with us. Shivnandan sir, regarding what Dr. Yashpal sir is explaining, you have such extensive experience and you understand these things deeply yourself. In your view, do these efforts, especially in the context of mustard, seem up to the mark? Does it look like the farmers' needs are being met, or do you feel there is still a gap that needs to be addressed?
Doctor, let me tell you, my name is Tribhuvan Singh and I belong to Nazafgarh.
Okay.
Regarding the mustard varieties we had earlier, like Pusa Bold and Jagannath, so those varieties were less prone to diseases. However, some of the varieties that came later are susceptible to a major disease. Despite farmers following the scientists' advice, putting in hard work and applying phosphorus and DAP, the problem persists. As the mustard plant grows taller, so it gets infected with white rust or safed roli. First of all, is there a treatment for this disease? Either before sowing or even after, the farmer had already planted the crop. Is there a treatment for this? Secondly, there is another type of damage. When the pods or fully are formed and the crop is almost ready, the extreme cold or frost sets in since it's winter. Due to this cold, the pods turn black and begins to rot.
As Tribhuvanji mentioned, we believe that the older mustard varieties like Pusa Bold or Pusa Jagannath were more resistant to diseases. However, the pest dynamics are changing. These diseases were not as severe or widespread in the past as they are now, because the dynamics of these pests have evolved. We are seeing this sugarcane in diseases. Regarding this Sclerotinia stem rot that you are referring to, this precisely the reason behind it. So far, the primary way we develop varieties is by finding a resistance gene in a related species and then transferring it genetically to create a new variety quite easily. However, the challenge within this stem rot problem is that, as of now, no such genetic breakthrough or solution has been found. So, in this case, the primary solution is to practice crop rotation. Avoid growing mustard continuously on the same land. Keep switching it with other crops in between. However, if you are in a situation where you must grow mustard, then as a preventive measure, once the crop is about 2 months or 60 days old, you should spray Bavestin or similar fungicides. Do not wait for the symptoms to appear. If you spray beforehand, the severity of the problem will be significantly reduced.
Shivanandaji, now it's your turn. Sir, regarding the efforts made with these 109 varieties, how much does it truly appeal to you? How useful do you think this initiative by the Prime Minister will prove to be for the country?
Sir, let me tell you, my name is Shivanandan Sharma from Kanoja village in Ghaziabad district, UP.
Okay.
As the doctor mentioned earlier that we import 60% of our edible oil. So I learned through newspapers and news reports about this. Because of this, I started growing mustard 5 to 6 years ago. Yes, for the past 5 to 6 years, we have been consistently growing mustard. My neighbor asked me what is the benefit of mustard. I told him that the input costs are lower but the income is higher. Moreover, mustard requires less labor. When we grow wheat, we don't get laborers on time, neither for harvesting nor for threshing. And there is also the issue of crop sharing.
Sir, is it making difference? The country is changing? The farmer is changing?
Yes, it is making a real difference in mustard.
The progress is happening. The applause says it all. Let's have a loud round of applause. So let's keep this enthusiasm alive. I have some farmers in the audience as well. But sir, one question for you. What are the important factors and key points that every farmer needs to be very mindful of before starting the Rabi season? Please explain briefly. I have to go to the audience as well.
Firstly, farmers should always purchase seeds from a certified source, such as a university. Even if they are buying seeds from a private vendor, they must ensure they get a proper bill. The packet should be certified. The farmers should carefully keep the invoice of the seed purchase. Secondly, if a farmer wishes to use their own saved seeds, as is possible with certain mustard varieties, then seed treatment is absolutely essential. For this, they must treat the seeds with Bavestin at a rate of 2 grams per kilogram. Another crucial point is the plant population. It should neither be too low nor excessively high. Many farmers have a misconception and maintain a very high plant density in their fields. It is vital to maintain a plant-to-plant distance of 10 to 15 centimeter and a row-to-row distance of 45 centimeter. Overcrowded plants end up harming each other as they don't get enough space to spread out and develop fully. These are some of the most important factors. My farmer brother should follow important factors.
So these points have to be kept in mind. Alright, I have to now go to the audience, and joining me in the audience is Virendraji. Virendraji, if you have anything on your mind regarding mustard that you would like to ask Dr. Yashpal, please ask.
The most important question is, after how many days the first irrigation should be done?
Dr. Yashpal.
You can irrigate 35 to 40 days after sowing as soon as the flowering starts. That is the right time to water the crop.
Also, what other fertilizers should be used along with the first irrigation?
At that time, after giving the first irrigation, you should apply urea. Generally, we use urea in 2 split doses. So the second split dose can be applied right after the first watering.
At most, how many waterings are required for mustard in the Najafgarh area? I belong to Najafgarh.
If you have enough resources for 2 waterings, that is excellent. Otherwise, even 1 irrigation is sufficient in itself.
If 1 watering is sufficient, but during that time it becomes foggy or extremely cold and the crop starts getting damaged, then what should be done?
Regarding the frost problem, if cold winds blow continuously and the temperature stays below 4 to 5 degrees Celsius for 4 to 5 consecutive days, there is a high probability of frost damage. In such a situation, you can spray a 0.1% solution of sulfuric acid,
So no need for irrigation.
that is H2SO4, on the crop.
Let's have a round of applause. So, amidst this thunderous applause, this cycle of questions, answers, and understanding and explaining will continue. It is a very short break, trust me. Just a quick break. I'll be back. When I return, the guests will change, topic will change. We will talk about fruits, vegetables, and spices. I have always believed that you are always with me. I'll be back very quickly. Applause.
यूरिया का स्वदेशी उत्पादन 70 लाख टन बढ़ाने के लिए 6 उर्वरक संयंत्रों का उद्धार किया जा रहा है। FCIL के गोरखपुर, सिंदरी, तलचर और रामागुंडम संयंत्र, HFCL की बरौनी इकाई और BVFCL की नामरू फोर्थ। सोने पर सुहागा ये है कि देश में अब बनेगा सिर्फ नीम लेपित यूरिया, क्योंकि इससे होगा किसानों का फायदा ही फायदा। अनाज का उत्पादन 10% तक बढ़ेगा। बढ़ेगी 10 से 15% नाइट्रोजन क्षमता।
Alright, in this segment, we will try to understand why the need for Krishi Chaupal arose. We will also understand the objective behind this initiative by the ministry. At this moment, I have 4 special guests with me. Let me introduce to them. Joining me is Dr. Jay Prakash ji. Welcome. I have Dr. Sudhakar Pandey with me. And also joining us is Mr. Samuel Praveen Kumar, Joint Secretary, Agricultural Extension. We will understand the objective of Krishi Chaupal from him. Additionally, we are joined by Dr. Udham Singh Gautam, Deputy Director General, Agricultural Extension, ICAR. First of all, Praveen sir, I would like to come to you, sir. Krishi Chaupal, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? Why Krishi Chaupal? What is the target, its objective, and why such initiative?
Through Krishi Chaupal, our goal is to ensure that whatever innovations, be it new technologies or new seeds, that is emerging from the ICAR and research stations, actually it should reach the farmers. The aim is to bridge the gap between science and the field. Gap that is there, how should we reduce it? We often observe that while many new seeds varieties are developed by ICAR for the farmers' benefit, the farmers need to actually receive those benefits so that their income increases and their input cost, it should also reduce.
Okay.
So with this objective in mind, we thought that if Krishi Chaupal could facilitate direct interaction between farmers and scientists, if there is a direct interaction between both of them, so that would clear all their doubts and questions, and the scientists will be able to explain things effectively through this platform, making it much easier for farmers to adopt new technologies. So this is the first episode of Krishi Chaupal, and it has been launched specifically to bridge the distance between science and the farmer.
We have heard Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, then Jai Vigyan, and now Jai Anusandhan.
Jai Anusandhan.
These links are being added one by one, and you mentioned first link. How long the journey is going to be?
Look, research is happening in India, not just in agriculture, but in every sector it's happening. Whether you look at space technology or healthcare, the role of the research is paramount. Even in agriculture, if you look back to the Green Revolution of the 1960s, our constant effort since then has been to ensure continuous growth in the agricultural sector.
Dr. Gautam, KVK are a very important factor in farmers' lives. One could say they play a vital role in the flow of agricultural development. Sir, how would you truly define a KVK in a way that shows it is making a more powerful and effective effort to bring real change to farmers' lives?
Look, there is a very deep connection between the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, KVKs, and this Krishi Chaupal discussion where we are seated today. The core objective of a KVK is to enhance the knowledge of farmers, transform their perspective and develop their professional skills. In essence, we focus on changing the farmer's attitude, knowledge and skill, the triad of growth. To bring about this change, we adopt various methods such as providing specialized training to farmers. During these training sessions, we completely update their knowledge. For instance, all the advancement that our scientists are discussing here are explained to them in training. We teach them about new seeds varieties, modern methods, and how to effectively transition to better technologies, crops, and varieties. Furthermore, we conduct field demonstrations of the technologies developed by our scientists directly on the farmer's land. I believe that among the farmers present here today, there isn't a single one who hasn't visited a KVK or doesn't maintain a relationship with one. In this way, KVKs are very effectively working to enhance the knowledge, skills and mindset of farmers with the ultimate goal of doubling their income.
Right, so you're constantly connected with KVKs and many farmers must be visiting you regularly. Sir, are you noticing a change in the farmers as well compared to earlier?
Absolutely. Earlier, when we used to recommend a seed variety, the farmer should just take it and sow it without asking questions. Today, if you suggest a variety, they ask, sir, when should we plant it and how many days will it take to mature? Will it require less water or not?
And why should we plant this specific one?
And what kind of market will we get for this? What about its processing? This means nowadays our farmers are transitioning from domestic to commercial farming. Our farmers are no longer just farmers, they are becoming entrepreneurs. They are adapting business models to ensure they earn a profit. That is why, through farmer producer organization, FPOs and self-help groups, SGS, many farmers are now managing their own production and business.
That means you have to do a lot of homework to explain things to them.
Much more.
You have to put in more hard work.
Yes. Absolutely.
Please.
We have to be very prompt and updated about technology because these farmers are receiving magazines and constant information.
And they also have DD Kisan, which keeps prompting and updating them continuously.
Exactly. Now, when you talk to them, you have to talk about science. You have to talk about knowledge. They even discuss the ultimate production challenges like climate change. This means our farmers are now working in participating with our scientists. They are no longer just our beneficiaries. They are working as our equals in the field of innovation.
Praveen sir, we are hoping for a long association with this Chaupal since today marks the very first link in this journey. How far is it going to reach, sir? If you could reveal something today.
As they say in English, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So this is that first step. And I believe, as the doctor mentioned, technology is constantly evolving. What was relevant yesterday is no longer the case today. The advancement is happening every day. What was relevant yesterday is no longer the case today. So new technologies are emerging every day. Today we are talking about DPI, Digital Public Infrastructure. This conversation is happening in the agricultural sector as well. Recently, under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Cabinet approved the Digital Agriculture Mission. This is going to bring a massive transformation in the lives of farmers. This means that to avail the benefits of government schemes, to take benefit out of that, for example, like PM Kisan, DBT, Direct Benefit Transfer, we have introduced eKYC. eKYC is a technology-based process. And our farmers are very well adopting it. They no longer need to visit a CSC or Common Service Center. They can verify their identity using their own smartphones as it is Aadhaar enabled. So, as the doctor mentioned, technology is key and the farmers are now very aware. This Krishi Chaupal it will certainly prove helpful in further increasing their awareness. This Krishi Chaupal. In fact, farmers themselves will eventually ask, when is the next Chaupal? So that is the kind of interest it will generate. The primary objective is to bridge the gap between scientists and farmers so that technology can reach them. And how else can they adopt it? After all, unless a developed technology is actually adopted, how can you reap its benefits?
Sir, in the opening of the show, I made a promise to my viewers that the journey of Krishi ki Chaupal would travel from the banks of the Brahmaputra to the vast expanse of the Himalayas and from the lap of Malayanchal to the courtyard of the Vidyanchal. Is it so, sir?
It certainly will. It will definitely go there. It's a promise. It will reach every corner, and it will do so with the unwavering support of our farmer brothers.
All right, these promises sound beautiful today, but before we conclude, sir, one more question for you. How much do you see the role of women farmers increasing? We recently celebrated Mahila Kisan Divas. Are you sensing a change there as well? Are women stepping beyond their doorsteps to reach KVKs? Is this happening independently, without relying on their husbands?
Look, earlier when we used to start programs at the KVK, it was a 2-day residential training. The husbands would always accompany the woman.
Okay, so the expenses are lighter.
Yes, but today women are coming on their own. They stay in the hostels and return after completing the 2-day program. Currently, nearly 40% of the training is being taken by the women. And you will observe that our women entrepreneurs are increasing day by day, especially through self-help groups. Currently, we have formed a massive group of 5,200 women who are actively involved in processing. We now have a registered list of 3,000 drone didis, and they are being directly linked with the KVKs. The KVK staff will identify the land, and these women will go there and operate the drones. Thus, we have developed a comprehensive business plan combining the resources of KVKs and the expertise of drone didis, which is now being implemented on the ground. These drone didis will now emerge as a drone business didis, and KVKs are developing their entire business model.
So drone Didi, Lakpati Didi and now business Didi. A new term seems to be emerging from this Chaupal.
And digital Didi as well.
Yes, that as well. Just don't bring AI Didi, sir. Let the women handle it themselves. Sir, I know you have a busy schedule. Thank you so much for taking time for this Chaupal.
Thank
But
you.
after the break, we will continue our talk about fruits, vegetables and spices. As I promised, some more special guests will join me. I'll be back in a moment. Stay with me.
किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो, गांठ बांध लो। बात बहुत है काम की, समृद्धि के पैगाम की। मिट्टी के मिजाज को समझो, मिट्टी के हर राज को समझो, मिट्टी की तुम जांच कराओ, मुफ्त सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड ले जाओ। कभी मुनासिब बीज लगाओ, सही किस्म की खाद ले आओ, जितनी जरूरी उतनी डालो, सही मात्रा खुद पहचानो, इसको अपना मंत्र बना लो, मिट्टी की सेहत को जानो। बात बहुत है काम की, कम लागत अधिक वरदान की। किसान भाइयों गांठ बांध लो,
आज ही मिट्टी की जांच कराएं। राज्य सरकार के कृषि अधिकारी से संपर्क करें और मुफ्त में सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड पाएं। कृषि और किसान कल्याण मंत्रालय द्वारा किसान हित में जारी।
So let's talk about the flavor which we get from the fruits, vegetables and spices. I had promised to discuss these topics. I have experts with me along with some very special farmers. I have already introduced the experts to you. Joining me now is Manjuji. A very warm welcome to you. Satyavanji is also joining us. We will speak with you as well. So first of all, Dr. Jayaprakash, I would like to come to you. Dr. Jayaprakash, when we talk about fruits and especially about mangoes, everyone loves mangoes. Do you like them too? All right. So which are the new varieties of mango that are emerging now, which are important for farmers to understand?
If you look at the past, most people used to talk about Langda, Dasheri and Chausa. After that, Amrapali and Malika arrived and became very popular in different regions. Now new varieties have arrived, which were also recommended and released by the Honorable Prime Minister. For instance, first we have Pusa Arunima, which is very popular. Among the new varieties recently released are Anunika and Ambika. Additionally, our institute in Bangalore, IIHR, has released varieties like Arka Uday. And the special feature of these varieties is that you no longer need to plant them at distance of 10 by 10 meters. For high density planting, you can plant at 5 by 5 meters. This will allow you much higher number of trees per acre and their quality is excellent. You can store these mangoes for 10 to 15 days, making them perfectly suitable for the domestic market. Furthermore, if you wish to export them, sell them in distant markets, or keep the fruit on the trees for a longer duration, that is also possible now.
But sir, where can the farmers get the saplings of these specific varieties you are mentioning?
These are available at the respective research institutes. Furthermore, farmers who wish to plant 200, 500 or even 1000 trees can contact us. They can reach out to PUSA, IARI or our research institutes in Lucknow, CISH and Bangalore, IIHR.
Dr. Pandey, let's move from fruits back to vegetables for a moment. Sir, potatoes and tomatoes are everyone's favorites. They are always on our plates. I believe a new tomato variety called Pusa Shakti has arrived. Please correct me if I am wrong. Sir, how is it different from the previous varieties and what insights would you like to share specifically regarding potatoes and tomatoes today? Please tell us something about that.
In potatoes, 3 varieties were recently dedicated to the nation by the Honorable Prime Minister. If you look at them, all 3 serve different purposes. The first one is Kufri Chipsona 5. It is the most suitable variety especially for processing and making chips, as it has a very high dry matter content and very low sugar levels. In the same series, the second one is rich in nutrients, containing antioxidants and anthocyanin. This variety is Kufri Jamunai. Just as the name suggests, its color is exactly like a Java plum. It is the first potato variety of its kind. The third variety of Kufri Bhaskar. Usually the potato is a crop where tuberization occurs only when the temperature is low. However, Bhaskar is a variety where tubers will form well, even if the temperature is relatively high. So, these 3 varieties serve completely different purposes. Regarding your second question about Pusa Shakti, we can grow it from October all the way to May. Usually, you will notice that if we plant tomatoes after February, the fruiting decreases, the number of flowers drop, and even if fruits do grow, they remain small. The Pusa Shakti variety is such that it continues to bear fruits even as the temperature rises, and simultaneously it maintains its fruit size very well. That is why it is very significant. Additionally, another tomato variety has been released that has the strength to fight 4 major diseases, Pusa Tomato Hybrid 6. With this, farmers will need to use minimal chemical pesticides. The productivity of this hybrid variety is approximately 600 quintals per hectare. And by using fewer chemicals, farmer can achieve maximum yield, ensuring high food quality as well.
Okay. Satyavanji, it's your turn now. Yield is a farmer's top priority and you are managing everything exceptionally well. To what extent do you see productivity increasing through these seeds? You understand the ground reality best, sir. When you actually implement on the field what is being explained and taught here, do these claims prove to be meaningful?
Look, as far as seeds are concerned, we call the earth mother, but our ancestors were supreme scientists. Even our grandfathers and great-grandfathers used to say that while the earth is the mother, the seed is the father. Only when both mother and father are healthy can they sustain a healthy offspring. This is why we focus so much on the seed. And now that these new varieties have arrived, when I spoke with Mr. Modi, he himself advised me, first, try planting them on a small scale, test if they truly have the climate resilience that is being claimed, check their quality and taste and see whether they sell well in the market or not. Only when they pass all these tests, you should expand the area. He jokingly added, otherwise it shouldn't happen that tomorrow you blame me, saying I inaugurated the seeds, but they didn't even sell in the market. Because, let me tell you, I personally grow Chipsona 1. I manage my own market right from the seed to the final product, be it onion seeds or potatoes. I have my own stock. I even have my own nursery and my own market, where the consumer and the farmer stand face to face. I always say, Ghanshyamji, that the farmer will not be saved simply by picking up the kasi. He must pick up the tarazu, because the farmer takes 6 months and even has to endure the weather also. That is the truth.
Manjuji, your question fast. Only 10 seconds.
As sir mentioned about the Jamunia and Bhaskar varieties, can we cultivate these in clay soil, sir?
Yes, you can cultivate them in clay soil. And this is the right time We plant these between October and November, so you can definitely grow them in clay soil as well.
So, short questions, short answers. We also have our special guest joined here in this audience. So, let's turn towards them. But I will only come there if I will hear some round of applause. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, joining me here is K. Tyagi.
I would like to ask a question.
Please go ahead, sir.
Is there a difference in the timing of fruiting between the direct sowing and transplantation?
Sir, yes, there is a slight difference. Transplanting is generally better. Sometimes it might appear that a tree near a house has more fruiting, but if you are going for commercial farming from a business perspective, then transplanting is a superior method.
Okay. All right. Chand, sir, what is on your mind regarding fruits and vegetables?
I need a variety that can provide tomato fruits during the 7th and 8th months, July and August.
The variety we just discussed, Pusa Tomato Hybrid 6, this is the best suited specifically for the Kharif season. So you can start planting it from July onwards. This is because this variety has the inherent strength to fight all the major diseases that typically occur during the rainy season. If you adopt this variety, you will continue to get a high yield from July through October, November and December just as you require.
All right, thank you.
We have successfully crossed 2 milestones and now we have reached a segment that is very important for you to see. Joining me in this session are some very special guests. Let me introduce them. Dr. C. Bhardwaj, welcome sir. Yaduvirji is with us. He is a farmer and will share his thoughts today. Welcome sir. Dr. K.K. Vinod is joining us. Welcome sir. And we have Dr. S.P. Singh. Welcome sir. Since Dr. C. Bhardwaj is also a part of this panel, let's begin this discussion. First, Dr. Vinod, I would like to come to you. Sir, when we talk about Shri Ann and paddy, especially rice, what are your thoughts on this? How much hope can we have regarding these newly introduced seeds and how optimistic can the farmers be?
In this category, 9 varieties of rice have been released recently. There are 2 for TSR, like referring to the specific stress resistance, and 1 with submersion tolerance. So in total, 9 varieties have been released. These cover various states. 4 varieties for Karnataka, 3 for Odisha, 3 for West Bengal, 2 for Maharashtra, 1 for Gujarat, 1 for Assam, 2 for Bihar, and 1 for UP, 1 for Haryana, 2 for Tamil Nadu, 2 for Jharkhand, 4 for Telangana, and 1 for Andhra Pradesh, and 1 for Puducherry.
Sir, the varieties have been released, but how should the preparation be done? Preparation is absolutely essential, sir.
The notification was just issued in October 8th. Now all the breeders are ready for, seed production. The seed production is currently underway, so farmers will be able to get the seeds by the next season. They will be available for that. Yes.
I see. All right. Sir, if we talk about chickpeas, what are your thoughts on the necessary preparations and the new seeds that have arrived? Do you see effective combination emerging there?
You are right, because among pulse crops, chickpea is a major crop. If we look at this way, there are preparations to be made from the farmer's side and also from the government side. As we say, there are 3 main stages. As a farmer brother rightly mentioned earlier, seed treatment, but even before that, deep ploughing during the summer days is essential, so that the soil-borne fungus and the pupae come to the surface and are destroyed. The source of the seed becomes very important. If farmers are producing their own seeds, they must ensure they are healthy. If they are purchasing them, the source should be reliable, such as the National Seed Corporation NSC or a state seed corporation. The second factor is germination capacity. Farmers can test these themselves. If you place 100 seeds in a wet towel or a newspaper, at least 98 to 99 of them should germinate. Once you have verified the source and ensure the germination capacity, the third step is seed treatment. For this, the seed should be treated with rhizobium. These are the 3 key points that pulse growers, particularly chickpea farmers, must keep in mind. Additionally, if we look at the varieties among the 109 varieties released, there is a Pant Chana 10, which is specifically for the eastern region, covering eastern Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar and the plains of the West Bengal. Furthermore, Nandyal Chana 1267
has been released for the southern zone, which is a mechanically harvestable variety.
Dr. Singh, how much more momentum is needed to ensure that this information reaches the farmers, reach their fields, and helps them truly understand the vision of development that the PM himself desires?
If we talk about Bajra or Pearl Millet Pusa 1801, it's a hybrid variety that has been recently developed, and the average yield of this variety is 33 to 34 quintals per hectare. More importantly, it is a biofortified variety. If we talk about this, it contains approximately 70 ppm. And for zinc, it's approximately 57 ppm. Furthermore, Bajra is typically susceptible to 5 major diseases. Downy mildew is there, blast, rust, smut, and ergot. This variety is resistant to all 5 of these diseases. Similarly, in sorghum jawar, we have developed CSH49. This is also a hybrid variety. I would like to clarify to our farmer brothers that there are 2 types of varieties, hybrid and composite or sankul. The yield of hybrid varieties is generally 15 to 20% higher than the composite ones. Therefore, varieties like Pusa 1801 and CSH41 are going to play a very significant role in boosting productivity. As for ragi or finger millet, the variety developed from Almora has a remarkable feature. And this feature is that if you consume 100 grams of this ragi, so you get about 392 milligram of calcium. You will get this. Considering our daily requirement is roughly 800 mg, consuming just 100 grams of this specific ragi, it will fulfill 50% of your daily calcium requirement.
All right, I would like to tell our viewers that we started this program under the sunlight, and now under the cool moonlight it is heading towards completion. Hundreds of stars are sparkling in the sky like fireflies, yet the morale of the farmer brothers sitting with me hasn't dimmed or faded at all. It is completely intact. The energy is high. With this round of applause, Yaduvirji, I would like to come to you.
Our farmers deliver even more production in the fields than the vision our scientists provide. The Prime Minister says we should double the income or double the production. With these newly launched varieties, the production and income have partially doubled, or at least 1.5 times more than the previous varieties. Whether it's the varieties of chickpea, lentil, moong or wheat. For instance, where wheat production was 20 quintals earlier, it has now reached 40 quintals. Everything is doubling. Farmers are walking hand in hand with research. We have the full cooperation of the farmers, the Prime Minister, the research institutes and the central government.
We have farmers with us. We will try to speak to them and understand how they've used these efforts. Joining me is Dr. Shiv Kumarji. How do you feel about this? What are your thoughts on this?
Sir, it feels wonderful. Today, getting the opportunity for farmers to gather here at ICAR Pusa, interacting face-to-face with the scientists and meeting the team from DD National is a matter of great pride for us. For this, I express my deep gratitude to all of you. When we cultivate moong, green gram, the yield was excellent. After that, we started growing masoor, lentils, which was also very good. However, when we switched to chickpea gram, we initially faced significant problems. After sowing, when we applied the first irrigation, we encountered the problem of ukta wilt. Some plants survived and the pod formation was good. But then the green pod borer, caterpillar, troubled us a lot. I would like our scientists to guide us on how farmers can get rid of this problem.
Okay.
As I mentioned, a wilt-resistant variety has arrived. Specifically for our northwest plain zone, which includes Delhi, Pusa, Hara, Chana 112, it's an excellent variety that is resistant to wilt. We have also provided this to some organic farmers because it is both wilt-resistant and drought-tolerant, and it offers a very good yield. Additionally, varieties like Pusa 4005 and GNG 2171, these are among the 3 or 4 newly released varieties that you can cultivate to reap the full benefits and take full advantage of this.
Okay, we have Satish ji with us. Satish ji, please come forward. What question would you like to ask to our experts?
Namaskar, Dr. Sahab. I want to ask about chickpeas. I'm from Ghaziabad.
Yes.
I would like to know
Yes.
about the improved varieties suitable for that region. And secondly, could you please tell us about the micronutrients required for chickpeas? Please tell us about that.
And your second question?
About the micronutrients, the essential trace elements within the chickpea itself. Yes, sir.
Inside the chickpeas.
Yes.
This is an excellent question. It is often said that after eggs, if there is any source of complete protein, it is found in chickpeas. Moreover, it contains essential amino acids, making it a complete protein source. Isn't it? It is naturally loaded with all the necessary micronutrients. These all are available. Now the second thing is regarding the varieties that are suitable for you. We have both Desi and Kabuli types. For this region, the suitable Kabuli varieties are Pusa 3022 and
Specifically for Ghaziabad region, sir.
yes. That falls under Western Uttar Pradesh, and these are the varieties I am recommending for that very area. Pusa 3022 and Pusa 3057. These are Kabuli varieties. You generally get 1000 rupees per quintal more for Kabuli chickpeas compared to the Desi ones. However, keep in mind that compared to Desi, growing Kabuli varieties is like raising a spoiled child. It requires constant attention. So you must ensure there is no water shortage, the seeds must be treated or seed treatment, and the field must be kept weed-free for the first 30 to 35 days, right? You have to take this extra care. For Desi varieties, as I mentioned, you can grow Pusa 4005 or GNG 2171, isn't it? This will give full profitability. It will give you good profits.
Alright. This is just the beginning. And believe me, the melody of this Krishi Chaupal that we have struck today will resonate far and wide. We hope that you will always be with us on this journey. And as you know, DD Kisan does not show you sensationalized or colorful news from an imaginary world. It shows your stories, it lives alongside you and is a part of your joys and sorrows. We will continue this endeavor and this effort consistently without pause. You know that we are the ones who stand by you and give voice to your concerns. Let us give a big round of applause to Krishi Chaupal. Thank you very much to everyone. Namaskar.